Maine's child care system isn't working for anyone. Not working parents, not employers, or even providers. And for working families, trying to find quality, affordable child care with open slots is practically impossible. Instead, parents are toiling away on lengthy wait lists while being forced either to cut back the working hours or exit the workforce altogether. And we just left the committee, testimony is still going on, and we heard that from numerous people that talked about having to cut back, how to leave, and how challenged that was on their family. And for employers, which we also heard, the lack of child care is only added to existing workforce shortages, which negatively affects their bottom line. As for the professionals who work in or run child care programs, they are struggling to make ends meet with stagnant wages that have made it impossible for folks to remain in the industry, let alone keep their doors open and caring for the kids. In recent years, the legislature has established a program that expands access to care by working with existing providers to open child care slots, hire and train staff, and improve wages. And we've also created grant programs to help providers open or expand programs that invest in child care workforce training programs. This is a good start, but we've got a lot more that we need to do for the sake of our families, communities, and our economy. LD 1726 and Senator Vitelli's LD 1799 would transform Maine's child care system by doubling the wage stipends for child care providers, improving affordability for eligible families, and improving access to public pre-K. Like any industry, child care providers are experiencing workforce shortages, which impact their ability to provide care. But low wages in this field have made it harder to attract and retain workers in the field despite their level of the work. At the same time, there are fewer licensed child care providers in Maine than there were a decade ago, significantly fewer. The second key piece of this proposal involves overhauling the child care subsidy program to make child care more affordable for eligible families and make the program work better for providers. Right now, roughly 70% of all Maine children under the age of 6 live in households where all available parents are working. This obviously makes sense as the rising costs have made it harder to run a household and raise a family on their income. This means that folks need child care. LD 1726 will expand the child care subsidy, otherwise known as Child Care Scholarship Program, to those making 125% of the state's median income. The failure to value and prioritize child workforce care, the workforce behind the workforce that keeps our families, our communities, and our economy running, is finally catching up with all of us. LD 1726 would transform Maine's child care system by raising wages, improving access to scholarship programs, and making changes to data collection and program delivery that are long overdue. And I would say, if you don't think that there's a child care problem in this state, then you are not paying attention. If you think that the answer to our child care crisis is taking away guardrails that keep kids safe, you aren't listening to parents or the providers. Investing in quality, affordable child care makes clear that we are a state that values our providers and supports our working families, and that's what we hope to do, not later on, not next year, but this session, these last couple, 6-7 weeks. So with that, I'm going to introduce my good friend and colleague, Senate Majority Leader Eloise Vitelli.
And I want to thank Senator Jackson for making child care such a high-level issue, because it is critical for our state. Some of you know I began my career in Maine as a Head Start teacher. And I will say that nothing is as awe-inspiring, humbling, and delightful as being in charge of a room of 4 and 5-year-olds. The work done by early childhood educators powers our state. Their work is a critical piece of Maine's overall economic health, our children's well-being, and the prosperity of Maine families. I'm sure we've all heard the words, you just heard them, the workforce shortage over the past few years. And we know that as our economy shifts, we must meet this moment and pay special attention to the workforce behind the workforce. In this moment, it is in our state's best interest to ensure Maine's families have access to high-quality childcare and strong pre-K programming. Maine can ensure that our programs are well-supported, healthy, and robust. I've been working hard alongside childcare providers, experts in the field, many of them here today, on a bill to put pre-K on a path to long-term growth and stability. The bill, 1799, will model what we've already seen succeed in my district, where Bath and Brunswick offer high-quality preschool in multiple places: our public school, in our YMCA, and in our private daycare facilities. It is a unified model where we deliver families access to pre-K wherever it is most convenient to them. The family decides where it is best for their child to learn. Maybe it's because there's an older sibling who already attends a local elementary school, or maybe it's because the YMCA is 2 blocks away. Maybe it's because the beloved local child care provider is already part of the family's routine. My bill will expand this mixed delivery model of pre-K education throughout Maine. That means that Maine would improve preschool programs within our schools, within our community centers, and within the private businesses that operate on our main streets and in the homes of child care providers who run a critical service from their living rooms and backyards. When Maine expands this mixed delivery model, all Maine parents will have more full-day pre-K options, something that working families need. Maine has made steady progress on public pre-K expansion over the past decade, reaching nearly 50% enrollment for the first time. Now it's time to strengthen a mixed delivery system which ensures parent choice, expands pre-K to full school day to better match the needs of working parents, and aligns professional development and career pathways for all early educators. When quality pre-K is available to children, they are more likely to arrive at kindergarten ready to learn and have fewer behavioral challenges. Maine families are asking for access to affordable, high-quality childcare in every corner of our state. In order to make Maine's program sustainable, we must give all Maine children with working parents an opportunity to access high-quality early education and ensure that our kids are prepared for kindergarten and beyond. Maine families deserve to be able to send their kids to great preschool programs close to home. We can ensure this happens. I presented my bill just a little while ago to lay out a pathway to get us to universal pre-K for any family who wants it.